That's enough of that one. A Word to the Wives from 1955. This is something about homemaking, apparently. Uh-oh, we got a woman talking with her friend, and then we have an angry man in an apron, and he's got a rolling pin. Uh-oh, man's doing chores, can't have that.
It wasn't really a plot against George Peters, but I'll admit it might have looked that way the morning his wife Jane stopped by for coffee. We had just been in our new house 2 weeks, and I was still ecstatic over everything, especially my dream kitchen. Well, how do you like it?
There's only one word for it. Terrific.
You know, I'm so proud of it, it's almost indecent of me. I can hardly wait to show it off a week from Friday night.
Well, you go ahead and be indecent. Gal's got a right to enjoy her first housewarming party.
There's nothing funny about the tools of
MMO Addicted with 10 bits. Have those man babies actually tried to cook? I love cooking. It's so relaxing and calming and fun. I fight with my family to cook for us all when I'm done with work and uni. I mean, I know a lot of people like cooking. Jake likes cooking. Baja likes cooking. I don't like cooking. A lot of people don't like it. But, yeah, just depends.
Sure wish I was having one. You having many people?
Well, not a mob, if that's what you mean. Just you, the Crawfords, the Slagles, the Martins, and a couple of others. Hey, why so sad? And this isn't the first time I've noticed it.
Oh, nothing, really.
Not very
She just has a basket of cookies ready for people. That's so homely.
convincing, Jane girl. Whatever it is, I've got just the cure for it. There's a sensational sale going on at Watson's.
Women be shopping! Tucker White 94 with 10 bits. Take notes, Hannah. You might just learn how to be a good housewife to Baja. True. I can't cook, though. She has to cook.
A new hat would be the ideal tonic for you. I'm going down this afternoon for a small spree. How about coming with me?
No, I wish I could, but it's just impossible. You've no idea how much I've got to do. Remember, I haven't got your dream kitchen to make things easier. Mine's strictly the nightmare type. And I wish George would do something about it. All he's done so far is talk, and not with any real enthusiasm.
About moving, you mean?
We've looked at a couple of older houses, but that's no improvement. We've got an older house.
If only there was some way of really selling George on the idea. The fifth freedom, maybe. Freedom from unnecessary drudgery. Freedom to go shopping when the urge hits you.
Oh, God! This is terrible!
Or when there's a sale going on.
Well, sale or no sale, I'm swamped. Besides, my mother's been quite ill in Cleveland, and I've been thinking about taking the weekend off to visit her.
I've got to get my clothes in the dryer. I'll show you a couple of my prized beauties. This setup makes any day wash day for me. And I can do my dry.
This is my entire world. These are my prized possessions because they wash clothes. Hooray!
In any kind of weather. With a gas dryer.
Nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
It gets equally sexist towards men, too. At least it's equitable. MMO Addicted. I'm guessing they're gonna tell the husband, like, well, now, it's your job to make sure you provide for your wife, so if she needs a better kitchen, you better put in more hours at the plant in order to get that done. That's my guess. MMO Addicted with 10 bits. That's why folks should just divide chores between them. I love cooking and I handle all the old house stuff with old stuff, and this lady just keeps showing off her new stuff, you know.
It couldn't be easier. It's completely automatic. I remember
Yeah, you can post a link as long as it's, like, safe for work.
Seeing this washer in the magazine ad. It's automatic too, isn't it?
That's right.
Isn't there a little colored guide light that follows the operation through the various stages?
Yes. I know exactly what's happening. I don't even have to
Nothing
watch
funny
a
about
clock.
the tools of
Yeah, I know
capitalism.
how washing machines work. I'm sure they didn't back in the day, nonetheless. MMO addicted with 10 bits. You effed up that bit message. Which one? Let me try it again. That's why folks should just divide chores between them. I love cooking and I handle all the financial arrangements and taxes. Taxes are fun. Everyone should do what they feel best doing. Ugh, taxes. Just use TurboTax. Or pay someone to do them. I used to pay someone to prepare them for me, but now you just TurboTax or whatever.
Wait a minute. You say
Let me see what this other link is.
you're going to visit your mother this weekend. You know, Janie, my girl, this might prove a very fortunate trip for you. Now, just for kicks, don't get too far ahead in your housework. Now, why should you have to lay out everything all nice and ready for
Oh, they're gonna Mr. Mom him. They're gonna do the, oh, a man doing housework. And then he's gonna see how hard it is, and he's gonna be like, we're gonna get you all new electronics from General Electric. We're gonna get you a gas dryer.
George and Jimmy, down to the last egg and can of
There's
salmon?
nothing funny about the tools of
MMO
capitalism.
addicted. Pay me to do them. Not so fun fact, my tax system professor literally asked me if I'm autistic after he noticed I'm having fun in his class. Oh, God, that's pretty problematic.
Oh, no, I couldn't. I'd have to make things easy for them. After all...
After all you've been going through, this might be the awakening for friend George. The big bright dawn. It might do him a world of good to be left all alone with Jimmy for 2 or 3 days in your kitchen. Well, Jane finally got off for Cleveland. Still not too certain she was doing right by leaving George and Jimmy by themselves, even though George was absolutely sure they'd get along just fine. That's what he said, just fine.
Oh, God. Why does he just need a whole thing of baking soda? That looked like baking soda, at least. What is he doing?
Of course, when you leave a man to his own devices, he's apt to think of something fancy, like curried chicken with rice. But in this case, George not only should have done a little more thinking about his recipe, but should have kept his eyes on the stove as well. Now, if he had just let his rice simmer instead of boiling. But frankly...
His face. I don't know how to do anything. Jesus. I hate this. I hate this so much. It makes everyone look bad. This just makes the human race look really, really stupid.
I doubt if
Nothing funny
George...
about the tools of capitalism.
Tucker White 94. Something fancy like curry chicken or rice. That's what I make when I'm too lazy to cook. I don't know how to make it.
knew how to bring things to a simmer.
Okay,
Well, maybe
he's squeezing lemons by hand or something.
it was the mess, and maybe it was just the temperature outside. But George thought he could use a little cooling off. A nice, icy lemonade would be just right.
Nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
That is a tiny fridge. Curry chicken, bah. Try my lasagna, which takes literally an entire day to cook. Lasagna is delicious. I'll eat any lasagna. I'm like a human Garfield the cat.
Hey, Pop! When am I gonna eat?
What's with this ice tray here? There's no ice in it.
Oh, I guess I forgot to fill it.
Sometime you might ask George how far is a mile. He would tell you it's the distance from his sink to his backyard garbage pail.
Carry the whole can, you idiot. If the bag is that fragile. Jesus.
Now, like many men tackling a problem, George was very efficient. Very. Smart way to do dishes was 2 meals at a time.
Dicker White 94 with 10 bits. And then Jimmy got the belt for forgetting to fill the ice tray. That's a deleted scene. Was there a tin can in the bathroom? Garbage? I think it was the kitchen garbage. It was weirdly tiny for the kitchen garbage can.
Jimmy, did you have to take a bath this time of day? I'm gonna drop a hot water in the sink. I got a stack of dishes here a mile high. I'm gonna be here till midnight. What's the matter with you?
Yikes. How about you don't lean on it? This guy's an idiot. He's like leaning on the cupboard. He's like, why won't it open? Get off it. That it would help if you'd get your weight off of it. You're holding it closed. He's so stupid. Look at him. No, it was definitely him putting his arm on it. What are you talking about? Is this the dad from A Christmas Story? If I've learned anything from media about the 40s and 50s, it's just that all dads were abusive. Every single father in the 40s and 50s was abusive. Like, no matter what. And they thought it was endearing for some reason. This is why boomers are messed up. All their parents were like, and abusive was the default. And they don't even realize. Oh god, the instant anger is horrifying. Ammo addicted with 10 bits. Fun cooking tip. If you have a, oh god, Parmigiano rind, chuck it in the sauce and let it cook inside it. It'll deepen and enrichen the flavor, and it's a nice use for something you'd normally throw out. I also just add a small dash of honey in the sauce. As for chili, if you don't have many different kinds of peppers available to make your own chili paste, add a bit of unsweetened cocoa. Also remember, toast your spices always, and it's cheaper and tastier to smash your own pepper. I'll never listen to any of that advice because I don't cook.
Jane is...
Oh, that's true. The smaller trash would make sense when you remember one-use plastics weren't invented yet. Yeah, true.
Been away for all of 2.5 days. But the way she was welcomed back by George, you'd think she'd been gone a month.
Still, you'd think if you were like, I don't know, peeling potatoes or something, you'd probably want a bigger trash. I don't know.
Well?
Oh, we'll be there early enough. The others aren't coming till 7.
Oh.
Look, I still have a couple of little things to do, but it'll only take a minute or so.
Your famous sweet potato casserole.
Yeah, only this time with shredded pineapple instead of orange juice. You two go over and sit at the table.
They're just intentionally manipulating the husband into buying them new... into buying them new, Why am I blanking on the word? Not electronics. You know, like your fridge and your oven and your dishwasher. Why am I blanking on the word? Appliances, thank you.
Don will be back in a few minutes, George. He's doing some last-minute shopping for me. Oh, hey, I almost forgot the big news. I went out to Pond Ridge with Helen Baker today, and I broke 50 for the first time on 9 holes.
Hey, now, wait a minute, Alice. You mean to tell me that with this big shindig staring you in the face, you still had time for golf?
Nothing to it. With this kitchen, it's a breeze. Come on over. Look at some of the evidence. By the way, did you know that this kitchen won an award from the Woman's Home Companion?
Huh?
And really, they thought of everything. I just love the convenience and modern styling of this built-in gas range.
Hey, Alice, aren't you going to light the oven?
I don't have to. It's completely automatic. You'll never guess what this sauce is for the baked ham. Equal parts of grape jelly and light mustard, blended and simmered. And Miss Berner does it without scorching.
What? Grape jam and mustard? What?
Anyone care for a spot of grapefruit juice to tide you over?
Yeah.
Incidentally, one of the things I love about this refrigerator is that it turns out ice circles and puts them in a bowl for you. All by...
Like, I could understand doing sort of like a mustard with a sweet. It's why honey mustard exists. But, like, grape jam and mustard? That doesn't seem right.
itself. Continuous ice circles.
Yeah? Really?
Aren't you taking a chance of staining that counter with fruit juice?
No danger with Formica. Won't ever stain. Oh, that's the greatest help, George. Hanging the things you need where you need them. In fact, this whole kitchen was designed for efficiency and convenience.
That's what I like. Solid and sturdy as steel.
So easy to keep clean, too.
Hey, what's this?
Americans put mayo on a banana, so... Oh, God. I'm sure that happened. I believe you.
Oh, automatic flour dispenser. Very handy. Here, I'll show you how it works.
Hey, what's going on here?
Oh, hiya, Don Boyer.
George.
We're a little early.
Oh, that's good.
I've been showing them around.
Good, darling. Hello, Jane.
Hi. Oh, Don, will you get rid of these for me while I sort this stuff?
Well, you might have pressed old George into service. Here, come on, George, and I'll show you how it works. This is really for me, chum.
What is it?
Well, it's a simple gas disposer. It takes care of all the waste. Yeah, the brightest, shiniest bride could use this gizmo.
Yeah?
It's like a trash compactor?
That's great.
And that also goes for this automatic water heater. Two temperatures from the same tank at the same time. Now, this pipe here, it gives you hot water for the bathroom and for the kitchen sink.
Proof for those who are unbelievers. I believe you. Let me look at the link, though. Banana roll salad, retro recipe reviews from Brutal Foods. Let me see if there's a... This is from an old cookbook. Is there a picture from the old cookbook? Oh, God. The 50s are full of so many weird things. When Baja Blast and I first started talking, one of the things we talked about was how weird it was in the 1950s. They put everything in, like, gelatin. 1950s gelatin. Oops. Gelatin. So you had, like, savory jellos, you got shrimp jello salads, you got fish, and oh, God. I think we read about this, too, at the time. Basically, jello and gelatin in general had been such, like, a niche, expensive product for a long time that when it got to the point that it was available for everyone, people overused it like crazy. Because it was a sign of, like, affluence at one point to be able to have, like, gelatin stuff. But, of course, you know, it got overused, and now you think of Jell-O as a cheapy thing. Not that Jell-O isn't delicious when you get, like, good Jell-O. I'm just saying, like, culturally, it went from being a sign of, like, ooh, they took time to make this delicious, expensive thing to, like, oh, Jell-O, it's 50 cents to get gelatin in a box, you know? So... interesting stuff.
But the other pipe, this one gives you really hot water for clothes and for dishes to make them really clean. Wow. Both any time you want. Hey, look, George, if you're really interested in this layout, the man that set it up for us is a good friend of ours, Ed Stevens.
Yeah?
He's going to be here tonight. Yeah, just in case you'd have anything to ask him.
Yeah.
Well, all I want to say is that Don's little suggestion turned into a rather interesting and provocative conversation. And Ed Stevens is a handy man with figures and ideas. It certainly looked like progress was being made when we peeked in on them. Well, that's the way it worked out. And as I mentioned before, it wasn't a plot against George. Well, you don't think Jane and I would do something like that, do you?
It certainly sounds like a plot. It sounds like a plot. Still popular in Poland, basically pork shanks and jello made with the broth of veggies. Ooh. Oh, God.
Well, folks, I'll leave it up to you whether the gals tricked me or not, but that's another story. This new dream house is a happy ending to our story. Why don't you drop around and talk with the men who can make your dream of a new home come true? The best and most reputable builders in your area are here to help you. They're standing by right now in the booth, sponsored by your local Home Builders Association, to discuss plans and prices with you. Believe me, a few minutes now can lead to a whole lifetime of happiness. Happy home building.